you want to see me drive this car 2,000 miles from Salem to Hazelton, Kansas, stay tuned.
We're recording. Cut. Take one.
You're in the sun.
Yeah, I know. I only got a few minutes. My Nova is moving.
First time in 20 years.
Yeah, or longer. It moves.
It'll be fine. Take the wheel to the left, all the way. Well, then you go right in the ball. You're good. Just keep on slow. Now straight down. A little bit left. I just got to push this out that way. Back tire's faster.
The very first Nova driver in 20 years.
Hi.
Yeah. Look at that motor. Hear it run?
Broom, broom.
It sounds like a Kubota right now. Yeah. And there's Ron. He's not in the video. Oh, shit. Travis.
Straighten out, straighten out. Watch your front bumper there.
Okay, you got lots of room.
You can keep it as close to the fence as possible, but don't hit it. Obviously.
Yeah. He can see it now. You're good. You got a foot. Wow. Look at that. That was my baby. I loved her. Yeah, you got room. You got plenty of room.
Cranked all the way.
Okay. Look at that. The Nova is being rolled. Do 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 do. Huh?
I'm glad you got that.
Yeah, me
I
too.
didn't know who the fuck was here.
Right.
Until I saw you.
Oh,
I don't remember Travis.
yeah.
Changed so much.
Well, the last time you saw him was how long ago?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, 100 years?
Yeah, 200.
Put it on jack stands. Huh? Put it on jack stands and just gonna jack it up and switch it.
We've got to go get tires, son. Yeah, you're going to have to.
Jack it up, stand.
Out of there. Two tanks are in there.
Yeah. Take him with me or put him somewhere. You can put him in the garage.
Yeah. Move, please. Whatever that fucking red car is.
Rent. So
I never had. I kept the dress for that was probably only about 5 1/4 then.
Amber's got the original foot.
Some reason this tire wouldn't take air. Not really sure why. Maybe it's that down there.
Goose hole.
Ain't got no gas in it. Well, it's getting its first bath in over 10 years. We think this car's been sitting for 15 years, but we're not exactly sure the day. It's been a while anyway. We don't want to go too close because we're trying not to take off paint, but we also want it to not look like it just rolled out of the woods. So far we know we've got 4 bad tires. That front tire is starting to go flat again already. 2 of them took air just enough to pull it out. We're trying to get the glass clean and, like I said, presentable enough not to get pulled over 20 times on the way home, but also not so hard where we're taking paint off. Apparently we're going all out, scrubbing it. Alright, we'll get back to you here in a minute. So we've got a carburetor without a choke, and you see what he was saying about that, not having a lot of extra space for that alternator there. You want to turn it?
That's almost as much as I paid for the
What's
It's in gear.
Yeah, Brad, will you put it in neutral?
You ready for the emergency brake?
No, just put it in neutral. The clutch doesn't work, don't worry about it.
There it goes.
Travis, I got
It's trying.
choke.
Choke? There's no choke on here.
Well, we got the cable for one, somebody broke the knob off.
Yeah, it has a spot for it.
I'll show you what it is, so you know. If you put the other one on, you can just pick it up around. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
So Steve just turned the motor, and the motor does turn.
It doesn't turn over?
No, it does.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
turns.
Oops, sorry.
What are you working on now? The clutch linkage?
Yep, it's working. The clutch linkage
You
works.
see how much clearance you have on that?
Yeah, on the alternator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right against
And
the
that
valve
belt-
cover and right against the
Right,
well.
that belt's got to be that belt. That belt, I think I changed it, and it looks good. Well, there's a little feather on there. Oh no, that's just
It'll work for now.
Yeah, unless it breaks. But
Let's
see,
see.
there's a little rubber coming on. Brake fluid. It's not
It's
full
got
of
brake
water.
fluid.
It's not full of water.
Nope, it's got brake fluid.
I pushed the clutch in to try to put it in neutral. But that was a new carburetor, 14 years ago.
Here's where the choke label was on this side.
You can see it?
Yeah.
It's not hooked up to nothing? No. Okay.
Yeah, you can see where the choke went right here.
Okay. Oh, it's not even in there
This
now.
thing is awesome.
Huh?
Oh, this is so cool. I like this.
Oh, you should have seen it run when it was going, being pretty.
This thing is in such good shape. Check this out.
Oh, it was fucking clean when I got under the hood.
Original
cleaned this.
bottle.
Oh yeah, that's worth $500. Here's something else too. This little ring right here on the steering wheel. Track and this little ring right here. For blue trim. There's no hole in it for 3 on the tree. It's original stock V8 that proves it. That ring's worth $500 in the 70s. I don't know how much now. Yeah, I just threw that on, so I had one.
Oh yeah.
Somebody busted it off one night somewhere out fucking around.
Here's these wheels. Need to be washed. No, I towed it out here.
You can do smoke test here.
A little bit.
I remember someone was trying to steal.
You aren't going to crank it till you disconnect some fuel lines.
Yes, sir. You got it. Although,
Not that we aren't going to probably change the carburetor anyway, but let's
See if anything comes out. I got a blanket. You want a blanket to go under there? Won't come out the
just
bottom?
gonna.
I don't know if there's a.
Did you even check the oil, bro? Steve,
system's going.
did you check the oil, Steve?
Yes, I did. It doesn't have enough.
Does
Shit anymore.
what does doesn't have enough mean?
Oh, I see electric light coming on. You get the battery.
So I could run you into town tomorrow and we could put tires on these.
Okay.
Okay.
They need to be pressure washed because they're filthy.
Okay, no one stand in front of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try bumping the starter.
I got a floor jack
Nothing, huh?
and jack stand.
Oh, I heard something.
Don't get close to us, Brad.
Yeah, it might jump forward because he's got
That's why I'm towards you. It's turning. Yeah, it'll go that way.
Generator oil coming on. Says it's got a half a tank of fuel.
What, water?
turpentine.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, starter's kind of working.
Click it a couple times. See if it catch.
I want to disconnect that fuel line.
Oh, okay.
Security lights on. I still got to deal with that.
Straight screwdriver.
You want to disconnect it before the pump.
Kicks shit in it.
You don't want to suck anything into the pump.
can't believe it. Better take a picture of that. New battery in it. Baby blue. Yeah, you can't find them bottles no more. They're hard to find.
Probably
I
Repops.
remember when I bought it at garage sale. I went, oh my God, I found another. I had 3 bottles. They were $500. So I saved them, you know.
Zip code.
Yeah.
Gooding, Idaho. Yes, sir. There we go.
56 degrees right now.
Wow, you got cold.
63 degrees.
Clear for the season.
Yeah, I don't think that water pump's new.
But
It looks old as fuck.
It doesn't look like it's going to hang in there.
close to 41.
It might.
Is there 2 humps on there?
Mm-hmm.
And the hills,
No, I live right outside Twin Falls.
They were all rebuilt for leaded and they came up missing. All rebuilt, brand new heads.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, not in front of it, please.
Oh yeah. I can't run that fast. Oh.
There it goes.
Oh, that's the starting fluid in the other car.
Okay, I'm happy.
Yeah, it turns over.
Yep.
I should wait a minute. I want to videotape that.
Being videotaped.
Oh, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
First time she fucking breathed life into her. Thank you, bro. I love that. Thank you, Travis.
Yeah.
I heard it turn over.
Well, we're not going to leave without letting you take a spin in it if it fires up.
I got an
Want me
idea.
to burn some rubber out here?
No, because I don't want anything to break before
Fall apart.
you drive it around the block like an little old man.
You know, I'll just take it out the driveway, turn around, and come back. But yeah. Oh, you got some. Okay. I know I got a can in the Maserati.
Just don't go too heavy on that.
Okay, I'm out of the way.
You got the throttle.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. That's all the more I want to run it off this.
That's the first time the Nova has oh damn it, I'm not recording her, am I? Yeah, I'm recording. First time she's ran a little bit in 20 years.
We got a vacuum leak.
I can
Pretty good
smell fuel. Yeah, well, we fired it up when Bob was here. So 15 years. Whenever that was. Yeah! Oh, sorry, neighbor. It started up a little bit.
Is the clutch not locked anymore?
I didn't even try.
It's in neutral, so.
Yeah, I didn't even try.
Well, the clutch was stuck, so
Well, probably.
Yeah, it's
frozen
still
in
stuck.
there.
yeah.
I pushed it when I put it in neutral because I couldn't
I'm
get
going
it out
back
of
into
gear.
gear with it.
We made that linkage that's on there, me and Buck.
Yeah, I gotta find something to sit
Then
on.
Chris pissed Buck off and it cost me $8.
I don't know how much of that last one we videoed or if it turned off or what, but anyway, that carburetor over there on the ground, it's a 14, or I don't know, it's a jetted out Edelbrock for drag racing. This one here is a 1406 brand new in the box. We're just gonna put it on here because, well, it's getting close to getting dark and don't want to delve into some of the deeper projects, but we will get this carburetor on here and then maybe we can hear it run again. Wow, are you trying to jack it to the sky? We won't have any problem getting under there anyway. Oh, you got big jack stands, yeah.
I had 2 small ones.
He's got jack stands for a semi-truck under here, but...
You got 2 up front up here.
No, yeah, he's gonna do all 4 of
You
them.
need the front up too.
You want me to try to keep you cut out, or do you care?
I don't care.
Okay. I can do both, but that's how I film it. That makes it easier if I just kind of have you half cut out all the time anyway. Like on the edge of the frame, you know?
Yeah.
But some people care. Like your brother doesn't like to be on camera. At least he said he didn't. I don't think he actually cares.
I usually don't either, but who cares?
Yeah.
They know everything about you anyway, so.
Steve's got the carburetor going back on here. It almost looks like it's supposed to go on there.
Almost. Completely different.
Matches the horrible rusty valve covers. I was like, I'm happy.
That's after we
I'm
pressure
half thinking he hates the valve covers so much he's going to find a set for us.
Wing it.
Do what?
Go ahead. Wing it.
Oh, the one.
She'll go non-stop.
I know you like those valve covers on there. We got to just clear coat them and keep them like that.
Yeah. Patina.
Yeah.
I love patina.
If it's done right. I don't like bad patina.
Fake.
I'm not a big fan of fake patina.
Is not good patina.
I've seen some fake patina that's pretty good, but it's still not real. You can tell it's...
Well, I got a buddy of mine. Has a completely stock 53 Chevy or GMC pickup
Yeah.
down at Klamath Falls. It's got all the extra bells and whistles on it from the factory and all the stuff back then you could order to put on it. And it's patina. He wasn't going to put a V8 in it and everything, but he's like me, he's got too many projects.
Oh, you... Butthead.
Hey, drop it. Okay.
Me or the dog?
You rolled it under the car.
Go around the other way. Go on. Catch it up. Okay, good. You gotta wait then. Come
Oh,
here.
it's electric choke, isn't it?
Nope.
Oh, it's manual? Oh, perfect. Oh, we're already set up then. Gotta...
Need any plugs or anything?
I literally have 5 plugs. I know it sounds stupid, but I bought them because they were on wholesale closeout for like they weren't even $1. One of them was, 2 of them I bought for like 15 cents. They're the ASC Delco 45s. And then 3 of them I bought for like 90 cents. And I got them online, but I hadn't got to a parts store. I was hoping some of these were still just...
Well, you got 8. Maybe you can find one good one out of them.
Yeah, I'm hoping these...
One you can't get to.
Yeah, or if we break one, we at least have a couple of spares.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know it runs. It fired up, right? It didn't take much effort, so we know the spark plugs are doing something.
Yeah.
And those wires look pretty good.
I knew it'd fire up. It was just how long are we going to run with that fuel?
Oh, we didn't run it off that at all. I just had,
Squirted it?
yeah, I squirted it.
Okay.
That's why I only ran it for a second, because I don't want to run it off brake cleaner.
Yeah.
It's not good for them.
No.
I just turned it just long enough to hear that it'll, and then.
It's a healthy small 283.
But
I got this same motor in the garage.
yeah. Well, Brad always took pretty good care of it. I mean, he didn't have a ton of money to throw at it, but what he did, he...
Worst thing he could have done was take it to Mako.
Well, when you don't, what are you going to do if you got to paint it? I mean, at a certain point.
Well, he bought a Harley, and if he wouldn't have bought the Harley, he could have cherried this out at a professional body shop that was going to do it right.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would have parked it in the garage, but, you know, what good does it do to park the Mako paint job in the garage?
This guy's probably got any of those pieces if you're missing any.
Just in case.
I keep mistaking your names and don't want to call you.
Ray.
You're Ray. I keep mixing you and your brother up,
Yeah.
Ron and Ray, because the names are close. And I don't want to insult you by calling you your brother. I know it would insult him if I called him his brother's name. So
I've been called either one of them forever, so it don't matter. It doesn't bother me.
and, I was trying to think. So aside from my semi truck, which, you know, yes, it's a manual, but it's not a manual, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not synchronized.
You use the clutch to
Start and stop, and that's
after
it.
that, you just do it by
Yeah.
ear.
I was trying to think when the last time I drove a manual vehicle was. Was the Dodge a manual? That blue Dodge in North Dakota?
Yes.
That was a man? No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Or maybe it was. So
was the Ford.
Oh yeah, I know the white Ford was. Yeah, so that would have been. So that would have been the last time. How many years ago was that?
Before I had kids, so 15 years ago. My oldest is 11.
I mean, I'm not worried about like not knowing how to drive a manual. It's just I'm trying to think the last time I did, you know.
Yeah.
It's for me it's going to be the remembering to press the
throttle.
clutch. I'll just go to shift. And the thing is with you sometimes you can get away with it.
You could do it at the right RPM. You could do it no problem.
Yeah, but sometimes you can get away with it. But the right RPM on these is so close. It's you gotta be perfect to hit them. So
Well, you don't let off of the gas pedal. You just hold it right there,
yeah,
Here we go.
let the car kind of.
and then you can feel the synchros, and then you just slide it in. Because if you lose your RPMs, you'll probably miss your shift. You don't know how many people I came looked at this that wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
Because, well, it ain't mine, it's my brother's. And I think he'll be buried in it.
At this point, I think Brad just wants to see it back on the road.
Okay,
That's
we
his
got
big
one
thing.
vacuum port we don't have, or a plug.
Okay, what size?
Itty bitty.
I got it.
No, wait a minute. I have it. I'm sorry. I overlooked it. I got it. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Like that kit should have had
Well, off that other
everything.
carburetor, there's one sitting right there.
That one fell off. It's toasted.
Oh, it's just for looks.
Huh?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
carburetor needs to be rebuilt.
That carburetor's awful.
Oh, that'd be an easy rebuild. It's a metal proc.
Yeah, we've got. Well, so my neighbor's got like probably 20 carburetors that look just like that the old Carter MFG, just sitting on the shelves, because he
That's
had
all
a
I
shop.
ran back in the 70s.
So he had a shop back in the 70s and 80s, and the shop's, you know, just fallen down from the years. He's got to be 90 something years old now, and 80 or 90. But yeah, his whole shop has all kinds, everything you want to rebuild a small block 350. He's got in there. Now it's been sitting on the shelf for 20 years, so condition is, you know.
I have to go through it, but yeah, I got about 4 of those carburetors.
Do you want this one back or this car?
Yeah, it matches the other one I got.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. So.
I don't need it. I got a good one sitting at home.
So yeah, if you want it, you can have it.
I'm gonna go through it and put it on one of those motors. I got Brad's carburetor sitting
Still
in
has
there, it's all
gasoline
torn
in it.
apart. Huh?
Still has gas in it.
Yeah. If you can call that gas.
Yeah.
That
whatever.
Just
that was
forewarning you, it doesn't smell pretty. It smells like aged rum. Not the kind I like to drink.
Well, I told him to buy the good gasoline and he didn't do it. He just thought, oh, just put regular in it, that's fine. No, because it's junk regular.
Do you know if when they rebuilt this they put hardened valves in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good news.
I just didn't, you know, if it was still, didn't know if I needed to go buy zinc or not.
No, it should be done. It was right at the beginning of all that shit.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get it out in a minute. Looks like she's upset about her ball still.
Can I have it? We're here. Give it to me. Thank you.
Careful how
that
tight
should
you
be
go.
it, other than fuel.
How you tight you go with that. So careful how, I was gonna say, careful how tight you go with that. Strip that shit, man.
Oh yeah, that's
Front
aluminum.
license
It'll
plate
crack
on it.
before
Is
it
in the window?
strips.
No?
Thought he had a front plate on it.
It's got a collector plate on the back.
Yeah,
Which is good enough for me.
yeah, it'll work.
Mm. You got a little gas can sitting around?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Alright, that foam's gonna annoy the shit out of me.
Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away or all those fucking pieces will fall out. Just put it aside until later. Haven't you ever not had them in there and all those fucking, every time you close it, those pieces are everywhere?
Only if I let it sit out in the sun.
Only every time. For me.
Okay, for you.
For me, every time. If it doesn't do it right away, it does it after a day or two. So, and I'd kind of like to keep that set good, because if we keep doing this and end up with multiple sets like that, I will sell them.
Yeah.
Careful with that.
Here we go. It's like the 30th time I've hit my head.
We never bought a spool of fuel line either.
No, but that's why I took the whole fuel line off just to make sure, and it's all
Doesn't
right.
have crud in it or nothing, does it? Jeez, it blew it right at me. I'm like,
You asked.
not
Didn't
to,
say which way.
not to be doused with rotten fuel.
Told you it had hubcaps.
Sweet.
This just has to be washed. They're filthy. I thought they were in better condition than what they were, but I ain't seen them in that many years.
Yeah.
About the same as this.
Hey, if they'll hold air and we can get tires on them, good by me. I figure we'll take these, 2 of these rims that are on the car already, and we'll put the 2 better of those on there. Yeah,
Here you go. That'll work.
because we're going 2,000 miles, so
We're gonna have to get some heater hose and lengthen that. It's gonna melt right through that manifold. We'll have to figure out something for the exhaust or for the spark plug wires. Same problem. They're gonna melt sitting resting against the manifold.
we'll have to zip tie them up or something. I couldn't get the camera off fast enough to. I was trying to turn it on. He
Next
pulled
time,
it
say
out.
wait. I keep forgetting you got to film all this.
Yeah.
That looks really good. Doesn't leak.
Well, if it looks like it's quick, easy changeable, go get the.
Yep.
Is there a soft line here, or is it in the middle? Some of them have them on the side, some of them have them in the middle. Okay. Well,
Yeah, this does not look like it leaks. Actually, this thing looks brand fucking new. Shoes and all. All of it.
shoes look pretty good. You don't think those slave cylinders gonna?
Nope.
You don't think they're gonna
No,
leak
no.
as soon as we use them? 'Cause we do have them.
No, we're changing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that side looks fine. This side is
Before you take
wet.
it apart too much, go look at what we have and make sure it's.
Yeah, that one's bad. This side right here. Okay. Wanna film it, this one?
Yeah, go do the other one. That'll piss off some people on the East Coast.
Kicking it?
No, that you had it for 10, it's been on there for almost 20 years.
Oh.
And you just took it off that easy. The people that live in the Rust Belt are going to be going, "Ah."
Oh, how about this?
Don't break it. It's almost too good. Too
That's
good.
how you take a drum off. This still has paint on it. Springs, everything still have paint on them.
Brake fluid coming out of there though. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah, you can see where it dried some. Yeah, we'll change them out. These are new wheel
All
cylinders.
the hardware
but
looks good though.
yeah, it does.
Be careful with it. Don't break it so we don't have to
No.
buy any.
Nope.
I don't even think the pads are bad. Well, I mean, we got pads, so we'll check, but we'll compare them to the new pads.
I mean, look, they still have the markings on them.
Yeah, but we'll compare them to the new pads. If
Yeah.
the new ones are way better, we'll change
Yeah,
them.
this was leaking at one point, so we'll get that changed out. No worries. Okay. Don't need these. Well, I might need that.
here and get footage of what you're doing or not. So under here changing the soft blinds.
They came apart a lot easier than a lot of newer vehicles do. This is when you know shit was built right.
If you don't mind, I painted it pink so it stand out.
Pounds of crap off of it.
Yeah, most of it was on the inside of the rim. I did this a little bit. There's nothing major on there anymore. There's like one little spot where you can see it was touching. That's about it.
Where'd that clip go?
He said it right back there. Right, it was right there.
Okay, I got one for you. This truck right here, you can have it for $1,500 on your next trip.
Not a bad idea. Oh, there it is.
I drove it home from Portland. I pressure washed it. I moved it across the yard. And it's been sitting here for about 5 years. Just all of a sudden decided. So from the time we left Seattle, before we got to Dutch Harbor, I was third engineer.
No kidding. Alright, I got the wrong tools.
What do you need?
You
You need a brake tool?
You have one. Nice.
Said he has everything.
I keep forgetting he's old school. Hi. Okay. Well, let's see.
You're gonna loosen the backside of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's better if you crack the bleeder on there. It releases the pressure on the hose if the hose has got crap in it.
There you go.
Well, if you can't take it off with that, you don't know what you're doing. Stuff.
When you're done playing,
Sorry, I'm trying to get the fitting to loosen from the line itself.
one of these to adjust
Ooh,
the,
yes. Absolutely.
in case you're going to bleed the brakes, one of these should work.
Absolutely. Thank you. I keep forgetting you're an old school guy.
Yeah, I don't have no LF stuff.
Neither do I. Or at least, not at home. At work.
The newest stuff we've got is LT. Does that count?
Yeah.
And then you were saying you're a Chevy guy. I'm a Ford guy, but I also understand the limitations of most of those Ford engines. And I'm really only a big block 460 guy, if you want to get down to it.
Okay,
You know.
there's one right there.
Well, in that?
Yeah, you pull it, you can have it.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, you want an engine? That's a 460 in there. Yeah, but you're 2,000 miles away from anything.
Come out here with a pickup.
Well, you're going to buy your pickup.
We'll fly out here, get this running, and put all that shit in the back.
What's in that thing? 350?
Yes.
Nice.
It's got 220,000 miles on it or something.
Got the terribly bad injection.
It's got a Holly.
Oh, you got a Holly on it? I thought you said it had TBI.
It's got a brand new fuel pump. I think it's one of the, it's a wiring problem, I think. And I just never dug into it any further than that.
If yeah, if you got Holly on it, and then just you start getting into.
Brock exhaust.
Does that have electronic transmission, or is it still? Okay, so I guess
700 R4.
Yep.
Yep. Manual linkage.
Now, I bought it from a kid, for a kid. And the kid tells me, if you want to put it in four-wheel drive, you got to put the emergency brake on.
Huh?
I thought to myself, yep, this is new enough that it's got a electrical problem someplace. So I made it home, and here it sits.
well, yeah,
It
that
won't hurt my feelings to see it go bye-bye to someone that wants to do something like a road trip on it. That'd be cool. If I didn't have so many projects.
what's hiding in the bushes? I know you got a few in the bushes. How many are there more behind that? Yeah.
35 Dodge 4-door sedan.
Quarter inch.
I don't know how much we're gonna see here because it's dark, but got the actual.
If it wants to grab. There we go.
You gonna remember this, or you need to take a picture?
Do it with your eyes closed. Do enough of them.
Yeah, I'd have. Even my old stuff, it's all disc brakes. Well, maybe drums in the back, some of the pickups, but when do you take the back drums off at one time?
My Dodge has disc brakes front and rear.
Yeah. I think mine does too.
Stay.
I'm not 100% certain. I've never taken the back ones off.
I just did them not too long ago.
Mine's only got 98,000 miles on it, so
What year is it?
07.
Wow. Mine's an 02. It was a 3/4 ton. I turned it into a 1 ton.
There you go.
Yeah. Which is great as long as you aren't doing any DOT stuff. As long as you don't start hauling commercially with it, but I don't think you're going to do that at this point.
No. I mean, I take my tractor over the mountain to John Day.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. The DOT only cares if you're hauling commercially.
No. I don't do
It's so
commercial.
stupid the way the DOT is. You could literally put a fifth wheel hitch on this car and pull a 40,000 pound trailer as long as it was full of your own shit, and DOT wouldn't say a fucking thing. But you take your truck and put a 25,000 pound trailer on it, and you'd be in trouble because it's only a 3/4 ton.
Yeah, well, they don't know that.
Yeah.
So they run the van.
Well, if you were hauling commercially, they would
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Tell you right when you go through
When you pass the scale house, they just scan your plate and bam, they know.
Come on, come loose.
You're not a certified mechanic. You can't do that. I've been twisting wrenches
Are you
since I was 12 years old.
Yeah, Steve, are you brake certified?
Look at your boot. Well, they needed to be
I'm
oiled
brake
anyway.
certified.
Yeah. They were drying out. They needed a little oil anyway. Now, if that ain't the right part, I got one for a Harley that'll fit.
There you go.
Does it actually, or
Exact same thing.
serious?
Yep.
Really? I didn't know that.
I was like, at first I was going, he's full of shit, and then I'm sitting here going, you know, it wouldn't chuck.
No, it is.
As old as it is, yeah.
You don't buy a Harley part. You go to the parts store and buy it for a chevy. And the brake lines on my panhead, they were off of a 65 Mustang.
Mm-hmm. Right, if it's got the same fittings, right?
Yep.
No.
That might be one of the front ones.
Nope. Drum side.
Oh, there's the left and the right?
Yeah, you always got to put the bleeder up. Otherwise, they hold air. You'll never get them to work properly otherwise.
You can, it's just hard to do.
Yes, it is.
My tea bucket, they were put on upside down.
Yeah, when you put them in, your bolts go up, and you try to get that bleeder up. Which, this one?
Well, you have 4 of them. Make sure you
It
got
should
the
be
right one.
straight, not at an angle. You
Yeah.
have to bend your brake line.
No. Bleeder's lower than the line. Which means this one wants to sit.
Those are for the wrong year.
Yep. Bolts down, not up. Go grab the other ones.
We only got one.
This is the worst one.
I'm gonna go check the other ones, make sure those aren't the fronts or something.
Yep.
I assumed the bigger ones would be the front, but you never know.
Oh, it assumes it's the same.
It's way different.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Yeah, those gotta be fronts.
If this one works, it'll be the same thing.
Yeah, these are fronts.
Only got one.
Does that one match?
Yeah, it does.
Should be the exact same thing.
Where'd that old one go? Right there.
Right there.
Yes, sir.
So
No, it's not. Bolt pattern is different.
Shit. Is that a back hub? Drilled twice?
No, sir.
So show me what's the difference in the ones that they sent us. Oh, not that one. I see the difference on that one. It's different size. What's the difference on the ones that they brought?
We'll put it in and only put one bolt in it and offset it.
Well.
Yeah, that's... Technically, it looks like it would fit, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, there is a way to bleed them. There is a way to bleed them, and that's crack the line.
We can gravity bleed them too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to throw them in there because we have to. This one leaks, as you can see.
Yeah, that one looks like hell.
Yeah.
See the piston sticking out of them too.
Well, if he has a hone, I can rebuild that using these parts.
I'll just put that one in. We'll figure it out.
Well, we might have a soft pedal.
Well, they naturally bleed over time too.
Yeah, they do. All right, I'll leave that in for the moment.
That's weird. Now I know they're made by a different brand. These are not OEM parts.
Yeah. Maybe that's the problem.
So these are made by Centric, yeah?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Centric's a good brand.
Yep. Well, that's what they make them.
Still holding fluid. That's good.
Oh, you got to use those on the new one?
Mm-hmm.
There's a tennis ball.
Uh-oh. Oh, good. Uh-oh. Vega.
So the only thing I don't like this camera, sometimes it's hard to tell if I'm getting it on video or not, because it turns the screen off on me. This battery has charged up since I started using it. I put it in, it said 70%. Now we're at like 100. Now it's at, look, check it out. Check the gauge out.
It had to have been that cold temp.
That's the manifold you need with those valve covers.
But yeah, this is the difference between them.
Tube. I don't know if that manifold has that tube on it. That was different too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what year this rear end is. Got it out of a junkyard. Do you find
That's
a
okay.
tag on it anywhere?
I can make it work.
So those ones I got there, now for a 63, they said they didn't have any parts. Those parts are for a 64 Nova. So I don't know, was there a difference?
That rear end, I don't know what that rear end's out of. It could be out of a 79 something.
It could be out of a Bel Air.
Yeah.
Well, because of how close these are, we can bleed out 90% of it, and the rest of it should self-bleed if we're careful.
It could be out of a Camaro that had a 6-cylinder.
Yeah. I'm also wondering if this is the style that on the other side,
It's a
but it
75.
sits
My dad
back
blew the
here.
rear end in it, and he went to the junkyard and got a rear end. So it's something newer. It might be a 74. Nova.
Right, because I have done rear brakes before on older vehicles where the wheel cylinder was on the back side. And that's where this one would come into play.
Yeah, with the valve like that, with the angle.
That's
yeah,
the way
it
they
looks
do
like-
the disc brakes on the Camaro. They put one
Right here, and then in the
It,
front, they put them in the front, right here.
at 2 o'clock and one at 7 or 8 o'clock, something like that.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's the way my 10-volt positive rear end is.
Oh, so I was asking you what's in the bushes over there, and the reason I was asking you what's in the bushes in there is because maybe we could do, we've kind of talked about doing an extreme roadkill before, where we find something that's really basically a
rough.
frame with wheels,
Really bad rough.
and just throwing an engine and transit and going with it anyway.
Those belong to another guy, and he probably wants gold for them.
But because this has a 460 in it, you just
I
throw it
might
in
know
and-
where there's a couple of rigs. How about a 65 Suburban?
Pretty
You could
sure.
sleep in that sucker on the way back.
65? You got my attention with that one because I know just the buyer for it.
I know where there's 3 of them.
Huh.
I think 2 of them are Copo 4x.
Ooh. Ooh. Now I know I have a buyer. George.
He doesn't have the money for that.
He would probably sell his pickup for it.
That would
You
be a
want to do
bad
an
decision.
extreme build? I'll give you the title of that Camaro. Or Nova.
That one sitting there, it's just a body.
I'm ready to cut the quarter panel off of it. I got it halfway off. You wouldn't want that. If that was a 4-speed car from the factory, I said to my son, why don't we fix this one up? It's worth more money than the one you got. He says, no, I want to keep the one I got. It was my first car.
Sentiment, yeah.
And it's in the trailer down there. I got to put that quarter panel on it because some broad talking on the phone rear-ended him.
Okay,
But I got to finish that Dodge pickup first because I got it sold.
Hopefully those bolt into that thing.
Well, they look like they will. They line up pretty close.
A little bit of wowing with a drill if they don't.
Fuck.
No, they're different, aren't they?
Half a bolt. That's
You
too
need-
much.
Can you waller out that back plate? Or will that mess things up?
It'll mess it up. The problem is 2 things. One, this diameter from end to end right there is wider than this one, and it has that flat plate right there. And
Okay.
if I was to wallow out the backing plate and bring it in, it'd misalign everything.
Yeah, whatever. Okay,
So,
so,
looks like I'm rebuilding this.
The auto parts store might,
yeah,
Yeah,
Napa,
just
the
bring
guy
this
down
with-
there is pretty good.
Yeah, we'll just bring this one with. And this is a Delco.
Tomorrow if we
You got a
have
part
to.
number on it?
I'm looking for it.
There might be a tag on the rear end. That I don't know.
Delco Marine. There's the part number. bore 5484 079.
Part number?
7/8 dash 5464 dash 079.
Is there a brand on it?
It says a Delco Marine. M-O-R-A-I-N-E. Marine. Just so it doesn't leak everywhere. Put these back in.
It's going to be all about where you can get that line off. Probably get that brake clean on there before you start to try and twist on that.
Actually, brake fluid is actually really good penetrating.
Well, it's been on there overnight, so hopefully, like I said, don't twist that rusted freaking line, otherwise we're...
That's what I was afraid of. Rust.
Get a smaller one. That line's, that's too slack.
I might have to go metric because of it. Where's an 11? Is that? Yep. There it is. There we go.
You know, work it back and forth like that so it doesn't twist the line.
Exactly. That's the only one? Cool.
It's simple, you know, big V8, no brakes. I mean, and even when it had brakes.
Nah, who needs brakes?
Four-wheel drum.
You only need your brakes for the emergency.
Nothing like 250 horsepower with no inhibition and no brakes.
God, I love old school. Still works.
The very next year in '64, they had disc brakes option in the front for these big V8 cars. but they weren't supposed to put V8s in the '63, so they just thought you'd have a little putt straight six in here, and that brake cylinder would be plenty enough for that, but but somehow between that brake and those little brake drums, I feel like we're quite understopping. And of course there's no, I was looking under, is there even a like a distribution block on this, or is it just a fucking four-way? I think if you lose one brake on this car, you'll just lose your brakes. I don't think there's, well, because you're just pushing the brake pedal and it wasn't stopping the front wheels, so and it should have, but then again, that brake master only has,
well, we still got to change the front soft lines and all that.
well, yeah, but you would have still thought there would have been something. I kind of expected him to brake and then get stuck on, but you know, didn't do that either. Well, I'm just glad that hose come off there without any problem.
This is why I like old school cars. They almost always work like they're supposed to. Almost always.
These guys. There's something else. Let's see what he's got for you, Steve.
You guys get packed up, we gotta pull all that motorcycle crap out of there. Okay,
Yes, sir.
here you go.
Yeah. They're awesome.
Here's this stuff if you need it.
Okay. I'll set this here in case we...
Did you get a short air cleaner on your list?
Yeah, I've got an air cleaner on the list. And we're just wanting to make sure that we don't end up needing something else for this when
Oh, come on. Don't
Here,
twist
squirt it with this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Then we'll get some air and break it.
Well, I'm worried about it snapping the bolt.
Yeah, I know.
Let that sit for a moment.
You got a torch?
Yeah.
Pin torch or something? Let's heat, just wait, let's heat that up, Steve. He's got a pin torch, so we'll just,
Yeah.
because that's obviously stuck. Let the penetrating oil do its job for a second, and then we definitely need fuel line too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take it off? Oh, you cut it the other day, didn't you?
Hmm?
You cut the line the other day, didn't you?
No.
No? Well, who did?
I didn't cut it, I just disconnected it.
Where was it supposed to hook to?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Connects to the...
Mm-hmm.
Boy, we're going to want a big piece of line so we can put a service loop and a filter on that.
Yep.
Oh, you can put that filter up here or something. Flip it up here.
Yeah, I run 2 filters on it.
Yeah.
One clogs and just disconnecting.
Well, we want a filter before the fuel pump.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask them if they have a water pump because I'm
Just in case.
I'm not going to change it unless we have to, but
Yeah.
that looks like it's going to leak. And upper and lower
wow.
radiator hoses.
That's good.
Very soft.
It's pliable. I was expecting it to be rock hard.
Yeah, well, very soft isn't a good thing either.
That's still really good and pliable too. Ow. Shark fan.
It's got a flex fan on it. It's got the, it doesn't even have a clutch on it. You get your finger in that sucker, it'll just take it off.
Yep. Alright, come on.
It don't snap that.
No, it's nice easy pressure.
I'm afraid you're gonna snap that. He's got a torch he's gonna come back with, Steve.
Yeah, it's trying to. I can get it to just.
Because don't we have to like actually pull it out if you break that right out of the firewall and everything?
Yeah, you can basically take a hammer and punch and knock it out and run a new bolt in there. I don't want to do that because they're not easy to get to in there.
Yeah.
It's so high up in the firewall, yeah.
I love the Mallory. It's got the Mallory freaking
Yeah, no
straight
kidding.
up.
I'm not going to lose any,
There might be a few hot rod parts in this engine.
just a couple. God, this car is so badass.
I think if we have any kind of wiring problem, it's this stupid security system, because there's no other wiring in this car.
No, you got your charging system and lights and wipers.
Does this have a high beam switch on the floor? Say if it does, I bet you that's why the headlights don't work.
Yes, it does.
So we'll buy one of those too. Here, wherever that cardboard is.
was on the dash. There it is.
Started out as a list. I just started wherever I could fit.
Let's see.
Flash camera. It's not an eraser. Oh, I thought you were going to try to use it as an eraser. It's like, that's not an eraser, Steve. I know you're not technologically savvy, but I didn't think you were that bad.
Well, here, let me try.
I guess you might be able to erase something with a stylus, but I don't think that would be the most ideal way to do it. Well, okay, unless you can think of something else we need to check to make sure we got before we go. Because I don't want to take more than one trip to the parts store. Hopefully next time we are out of here, we're rolling out of here in this car.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably bet that we're going to drive straight to a parts store.
You know those quick
what?
style freeze plugs? That's okay.
Find torch.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Letting that penetrate, do its thing. I tried another moment there, and it wanted to, but know what I mean?
9/16 or half?
9/16.
And this help?
Well, it's not a getting more torque on it. It feels like it's going to snap off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to beat on it.
Not just kind of working it back and forth, nice and easy and slow.
I'll keep working on it and see if it'll. It moved just a touch there. And it did again, but is it the shaft moving or is it the?
Yeah, I don't know. I can find out pretty quick.
You got that cheek poker, wire brush. Go get the toothbrush and file those so if it starts moving, it doesn't eat any of that rust.
Stop. Oh, man. The whole bolt's trying to move.
Yeah, go get that wire brush and we can get any of that shit cleaned off. Or that way, if it does start to move, it's got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
You have to stop at Walmart and get a Bluetooth speaker so we got some tunes. You finding it back here?
Oh, I put it somewhere.
We could use that air cleaner again and just have to find a new
Filter, yeah.
Yeah, that's usable. Although I don't want to break them, those weren't expensive. Well, he found one.
Nice.
Heat it up a little bit and give it a little tap. Oh, one double bag for clothes and one for everything else, huh?
Pretty much.
And got the temperature gun so we can check the hubs as we're going. And I do have new bearings for the front, so when we take them apart, we're gonna repack them.
Yeah, I got a little packer I'll drag out. That's a good idea.
It's 2,000 miles. It's not 100.
Yeah, it ain't 100, 2,000. And it's been sitting for 20 years, so.
Yeah.
Oh, what would I do with those? Put them in a box. Where?
Are they, I don't know. What'd you do with them?
What are you looking for?
Those wire brush. He's gonna clean up them threads, so if it starts to move, it's got
Pulled them
somewhere.
out of Brad Nova the other day.
Yeah, no, he's got them in here somewhere. You just gotta find them.
In the back seat.
Oh, they're in this box. Well, that makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do this. I don't want to burn your wires up. I got my glasses on. Then give it a little tap, and
Yeah.
that should break it loose.
Yeah, the whole stud's moving when you're turning it.
Oh
So,
no.
yeah. So I'm trying to heat it up before we lose cohesion on that backside.
No, this is just propane. It's not nat gas.
Oh, it just needs to warm it up. You get those wires out of the way, you got that torch.
Did you already put a new wiper motor in it?
Somebody,
sir.
Somebody did. We didn't do it.
Brad said he did a while back.
Yeah, it's been a while back.
Yeah, 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You want to do it, Steve? Yeah. Get up there.
I don't want to be responsible. Your fucking car's on fire.
Well, there's no floor matting up that high, and the interior is pretty much all rotted back and wet. I don't think it's going to burn, but just these wires for the windshield wiper motor that doesn't work.
Well, you don't need those anyway.
Or just Rain-X the window.
I got some Rain-X. It should rain on the way home anyway.
I don't think so. Well, unless we hit one of those big thunderheads or something.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Those are definitely yesterday.
But then you can't see shit anyway, even if you have a wiper, so. That was off. Yeah, that one's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should do it.
That does the job.
That feels like the bolt, not the nut.
You want to hit it with an impact and see if it just,
Want to put more of this on it?
the impact will either break it free or snap it off.
You'll either snap it off or break it loose.
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple different impacts. I got one that's heavy duty, and then I got one that
That
ain't
one
got
we
much
used,
torque at all.
that one we used for the tires the other day, I just wanted to just loosen them. It wouldn't do that. It was like, no, we're going to take them off.
Yeah, that's the heavy duty one. Then I got one that's
Nope.
broke it.
That's what I was afraid of.
That's what I thought the bolt was twisting when the whole time it was just like
That's
that.
all right. We'll knock it out, put a new stud in there.
We only need one bolt, right? We can just every time we push the brake, it tilts out. Let's get the welder out and weld it to the firewall.
I've done it. You got the size of tires written down, memorized?
No, but
Well, let's nose down back there and look at a tire and then call these guys first. Then
Yeah,
we'll call
that's what I was
Bob.
hoping it was. Good.
Okay, now.
Come on. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. There we go.
did he have another one of those?
What? Bolt? Yeah. It's a bolt, not a stud.
But it worked.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, we're going to get tires. We'll catch back up with Steve and see where he's at when we get back. was all a setup.
This battery's at 58%. Well, this is doing the same thing. It started at 53, now it's at 58. Deals with these magically charging batteries.
Huh?
The batteries are going upward on the count, like while I'm sitting here watching it. Started at 53, now it's 57.
It's drawing your energy. Maybe solar.
Nice. Thank you.
Paragraphs with like the Cajun vocabulary. And you're trying to decipher under, you know, shit and paw and it's not proper English like we brought up with. And I just hand them the book, just read that paragraph out loud. And it just trips people up. So I'll show you the book when we get in there and have you read something out loud to the crowd.
And this afternoon when we sit down,
And then you find another paragraph that here, you read this one out loud, see how well you do.
Did you get your ball? You gonna drop it for me? Or over there. Pick it up. Go bring it here. Go.
Fetch.
Do you know how to hand it to somebody?
Yes and mostly no.
Come here.
I fetch. I don't really socialize. Sitting.
Okay, drop. Did I hit another car?
The Blazer. It hit off the ground and bounced off the door. That's not bad.
Last time I threw it, it like nailed the Chevy there right in the front.
Yeah. Throwing like a girl that time? I
Well,
do that a
well,
lot.
it's slimy, so I went to throw it and it went out my
Yeah,
hand.
her adhesive isn't really adhesive. It's slobber.
That's
Well
for a
lubed.
minute and heat soak.
Those pads look pretty damn good too.
Yeah, they do.
I wonder if I even have the right pads. Probably not.
Yeah, see
Seems how
this
all the other
soft line's
parts
bad
are.
as well. Yep.
Well, it's weird because the brake line, you lit the brake fluid on fire. It's weird because all the brake lines were right, but none of the other shit was right. So I was surprised we went down to Napa. Like, shout out to them because damn, they had the brake cylinders on hand for this thing.
Yeah. The right one?
Yeah. Well, they match. We didn't buy them for the front because we didn't know we didn't have the right ones yet. Bought the back ones.
Wait, you got to go back there. They might have what you're looking for.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back for these front cylinders. Yeah.
Well, you saw enough of these Hot Wheels. You done with them?
Yeah.
Okay. Just show them.
There it is.
But I still got boxes of them. In the rack.
Oh, no problem.
Those brake drums are pretty clean too.
Very clean, actually, for as old as they are. As
back-
long as they've been sitting, they're very clean.
The back ones were full of dirt, but other than that, weren't that bad.
No, they were not. They
But
were in
I don't
good
even
shape.
see like the big amounts of dirt in the front. I wonder why why do you think the back ones had a whole bunch of dirt in them and these ones don't?
Road grime. And the rears only have a partial backing plate, not a full backing plate.
Okay, that would be it. So yeah. No, well, those had more than just road grime. They had like somebody literally packed the drum full of dirt. So I'm guessing the bugs or the rodents
Yeah.
filled them in. I don't know. Or maybe just weather from 20 years of sitting. I don't know.
Who knows? Honestly, It's okay regardless. Nice.
But they were still in really good shape. It just took a little bit of sanding it down. And there was like literally, these I can see you don't have anything. I can see the clean pad. On those ones back there, we were actually grinding just crud off of them.
Yeah.
It was packed on there.
Okay, that nut's broke free.
We got to, I bought WD-40 to get these hood hinges moving too.
Hell yeah. Here in a second, I'll go just hose those down really quick and let them sit while I'm finishing this up. Nice. Nice and smooth. Cool, that'll work.
And we have everything to finish up the back, so as soon as this is free.
Yeah. Where's that WD at?
Oh, it's in the box.
Perfect. Nice.
You said there was coolant in the upper radiator hose? It's actually not really good.
As clean as it was, you sure?
Well, I would have preferred that somebody drained it.
I'd rather have coolant than water.
Yeah, Steve's up there oiling those up, so next time we close it, it's been like $3 or 3-person operation to close this hood without kinking it. One person at each hinge and the other person pulling the hood down. So hopefully, and he gave us a couple more hood springs over here, hood latch, whatever you want to call them. Hood hinges. There we go. There's the word, hinges. But yeah, they just lube those up, and hopefully they'll come free, and we won't have to change them. But if we have to change them, we have them. We get it moving, we might take those springs off there and just open and close it 20 times too.
And for those of you who have never seen it, the proper brake tool to do drums.
And a relative demonstration on how to use them. The dog keeps bringing me the ball, but you keep dropping it on the floor. We'll get the ball. Come here. He doesn't know how to hand it to you. He just... Well, come here. There we go. Oh shit, it went way out there. Bounced off the tire of the, it bounced off the tire of the lawn tractor and it went up at a 45-degree angle out there. Is there a fence over there? You just jumped over that.
Yeah, there is. It's down though.
The dog seems to have figured it out.
Well, the fence is only like a foot tall.
She's an older dog though. But she seems to have all the energy in the world though.
Oh yeah, she's a good dog.
She's done playing though. I need to run too much. Like, with her, it's not that she's done playing usually. She just brings somebody else the ball. It's somebody else's turn to throw it.
Nah, she's a good dog. I like her.
I would have got all this shit done by myself, but it would have took me a week to do it. It would have. What are you up to?
I gotta remove that center nut to be able to get that. There's a little lip that sits right against this pin, and you're not gonna get this out without removing that. It's just that tight of a fit.
Which is why the new brake cylinders have that wheel that goes over them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked if you were sure that you couldn't just run that right through that hole.
It would have to, it'll fit through here, but not on the shoulder where it needs to be.
Yeah. They obviously have a different bolt setup for that. This car really does not have a lot of rust. It's got some, but you got the behind the fender rust and a little on the door. Well, these brakes look good, but they need to be rebuilt. So Steve here is going to rebuild them.
Turner!
Rebuilding.
Done!
Nope, still needs more.
Ah, okay.
I think that's good. Okay, no matches.
Oh, well, you said no match. I got a torch though.
Don't do that, the whole car will go.
You got holes in the lighter. Never bullets at least once.
I hear music.
Huh?
They just had music on all day.
Music.
Yeah.
Welder.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good from here.
He knows what he's doing.
No, I hear that and I usually have to stop. It's like, ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
quality.
Some people.
we go again with the whole, I have no idea when it stopped recording, but it did.
Is that when I heard the beep?
Well, I just turned it on again.
Whoops.
At some point it stopped recording.
I'm gonna have to remedy that, man. I'm gonna have to redo a lot of footage otherwise. Wow, that was lucky.
Steve trying to take his fingers off. So since I don't know if you got it, I'm going to say it again. We're on day 2. First day we got here about 4:30 p.m. And we worked until, I think it was like 10. It was dark day, it was night anyway.
Yeah, we were using flashlights at that point.
And now it's day 2. In case you think you're going to run out here and be like Derek or be like some of these other guys, I'll tell you, I don't know how they do it, because if I had to do what Steve was doing and hold the camera and set up everything, boy.
We'd never get anything done.
Yeah. Like Derek from Vice Grip Garage, he has a lot of practice doing this, and
My hat's off to that man. Yeah, that ain't easy.
He makes it look easy though. My goodness, he's probably one of the big reasons why we are filming all this. We would still probably be up here getting this car. We'd probably just go about it a little different. So if we didn't have an audience, we'd I don't know, we might have rented a trailer and hauled it, but even if we fixed it up, we would have been you know,
We're just doing the do. That is not a plug. That would be cool though.
Mountain Dew sponsor.
That'd be cool.
I would totally put a Mountain Dew logo on all my cars if you did that. Did pay for it, sure. And pay for it we do. You don't have an idea. I spent about $500.
What am I doing?
A little more than $500 for tires. I think it was just short of 600 actually. It was like 584 or something like that.
Hell, I'd be happy if Mountain Dew would just sponsor us for a bunch of Mountain Dews just to stay cool with. It gets hot out here.
It's 80 something degrees out right now.
And when we're headed, it's even hotter.
But yeah, it's not easy doing this, and it's if you think you're gonna run out and just all of a sudden be like Derek, boy, you better be ready for some work. I don't know how he does it. He's doing 2 cars a week some of these weeks. 2 cars a week, can you imagine that? 600
He's been doing
miles.
it quite some time though. Before he started filming.
Yeah, he's been doing 2 cars a week. That's nuts. That would be basically like the second we got home, we hopped in a freaking plane and did it again.
Yep.
I mean, we could do it, but to give you an idea, so let's just assume I bought this car for $1,000 or $2,000, which it didn't. A friend of mine, Cherry, did it to me, and so you got $1,000, maybe $2,000 into buying the car or more. I'm sure he pays more for some cars, you know, everybody does, you know. So, plus all the first day we were in at about 600 between buying tools and buying auto parts for it. A quarter of which we could probably return because we ended up getting a bunch of parts we didn't need. But then again, it's all small block Chevy parts, so I might just use them on the next small block Chevy we have, you know. We have something closer to home where we're not flying out. Or even if we do fly out, I guess we hauled half this stuff here.
I'm okay, thank you though. Well, second thought, yes please.
Sorry, I heard a squirrel and lost my train of thought. But yeah, we're pretty close to ready to run some fuel through it and see where we're at on fuel. We're going to run fuel through the tank and see whether the fuel that comes out this end's clean or not. We did run air through it. I did not catch that on camera, but we hooked air through it. It didn't gurgle or anything, just hissed her straight through. So the tank was absolutely empty. Or at least so empty that the pickup tube was not in the fuel. So we will we'll put some fuel in there. We'll put the catch pan under the front of the car here. We'll put some pressure in the tank and we'll see if the fuel that comes out is clean. If it's clean, we'll hook the hose back onto it and we'll get this thing started and warming up so that we can see if the coolant system and everything else is still working. Steve is currently accurately torquing these wheels down to exactly 65 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah, FYI, not the proper way to torque down lug nuts, but this impact is really, really weak, so it'll work. What do they say on cars and cameras? It'll be fine.
Those lug nuts are torqued absolutely perfectly. I can tell by the way that it is.
Yeah, when you torque them down, use the strongest impact you've got, and go in a perfect circle when you go around. Don't do the star pattern. That never works.
Yeah, you don't want added tension. You want that tire to be able to move around a little bit.
Then when you're done, don't worry about cleaning up your tools. Just throw them.
So Steve's adding fuel now. That added fuel, he put about a gallon in there. Don't put like 400 pounds in there, just a couple pounds, okay?
Most air compressors are set at 90 psi.
Yeah, well, 1 or 2 is probably fine.
Ready?
Yeah. Good. Well, more.
More?
Yeah, what's coming out? It's brown. We're catching about half of it, but at least the weeds won't grow here.
Fucking lovely back here.
Looks like Mountain Dew.
Consider gasoline supposed to be yellow.
Okay, it's starting to smell right. Okay, no more air.
Okay, no more air.
You got a hose ready? Got my finger over it.
This hose back here is good. No leaks.
You got a flathead screwdriver?
Maybe. Ah, shit, that's right. I still gotta do that. Rear axle.
See that weld?
What?
There's one welded in there with the light I took from Gary Golf Course.
Got my finger on the field line. Steve's going to go get a hose. There's a hose right here in that bucket. Brand new hose, Steve.
Yep.
If you grab that, we'll slide that over this and lift it above so gravity won't pull it out. You ready? I'm just going to stand up here as soon as you're ready. You ready?
What?
You ready to put that on there?
Oh. Go. Alright, now I need hose clean.
She's putting that on there. And hopefully Ray has a couple of fuel line hose clamps we can use. And we will put a service loop filter before the pump there, so that we don't suck anything up that might wash out of the fuel tank.
Yeah.
Into the brand spanking new carburetor. There's a filter up there, but I leave that one there because I have no idea if parts of that fuel pump might start coming apart, and I don't want to suck the diaphragm pieces into that carburetor if that were to happen. Likelihood it won't, but you know, better safe than sorry. Steve's here successfully, properly recycling of bad fuel. I mean, most of it's going in that can, which can be used to start a fire later. And the rest is just weed killer. I mean, it's probably safer than Roundup, to be fair.
Or at least for the rodents and all that it is.
Well, I've never heard of people getting cancer from gasoline. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe people do. Nowadays, it seems like every time you turn your head, you get cancer from something else.
Okay. That line's on. Gravity. There we go. Gravity.
By the way, in case you're wondering, there's some Bluetooth floorboards over here. Ventilated, you know, if your feet get too hot because the header's running under there, you can just move the mat and get to the floor rest. It's got that at just about everywhere that this car sinks down in.
Go ahead and try.
Put some mouse holes. I'm gonna try honk the horn.
Oh, yes.
Holes up there from the mice.
All right, nice. Oh, yeah.
Get interior shots of this thing. Yeah, the smell in here is something else, because in order to keep the bugs out, they've been dropping these moth crystals in here and the moth balls. And what is it's like mentholated chemicals in here.
Mothballs.
Yeah, it's is that just what mothballs smell like? It is strong.
Old ones, yes.
It smells like moldy mothballs combined with a little bit, just a hint of mouse feces. But overall, not bad. We've had cars that.
Oh, mine.
Mine's right there.
Yeah,
that's yours.
mine.
Overall, we've had cars. You know, if we were gonna scale it on a 1 to 10, I would probably put this like 3, 4. It's
5.
strong.
5. I put this out of a 5 because we've definitely dealt with 1s.
Well, 10 would be worst.
Well, then we've definitely dealt with 9s and 10s.
Yeah. So I don't know. It stinks in here, but it's not like so bad it's intolerable. Yeah, that's what it smells. Whoosh. That mothballs. 90% of the smell in here is those mothballs. There's a little bit of mice smell in here, and a little bit of, you know, like rotten molding floor, but it just smells like you shoved a mothball up each nostril sitting in here. It's pretty strong. It's the smell. I would give it a 5 in strongness. I would give it like only a 3 or a 4 in intrusiveness. Like I don't want to gag or throw up. It's just.
At least it's minty and not mouse shit. That's it.
Yeah. But anyway, I've been messing around with the horn button, and I've been messing around with the lights. Got the lights working. We have brake lights. We can pretend to have right turn signals, because if you pull the hazards on, see on the dash it's flashing right.
I know what it was.
We have
Tight down. We'll have to figure that out later.
we have right turn signals using the hazards, but we don't have left turn signals.
There's the.
And that's because this piece here is supposed to run in there to do the turn signal thingy, and it's in here. Why, I don't know what all these wires are for. You know.
Stereo and security system. Or at
Okay.
least that's what it was telling me.
I mean, it's got speakers just sitting right here on the floor. That's, you know, how you're supposed to do it. And, we're probably going to get a rubber floor mat at the auto parts store, and some rust killer. We'll spray some rust killer on the rust on that floorboard, and then we'll put the rubber floor mat underneath that carpet. And then I'll put that carpet back down to keep.
Need to find a chunk of rubber to cover the positive terminal on the battery. Never mind, found one.
That's the clutch pedal.
Yeah. This is more important.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the holes aren't too bad on the driver's side. Behind the back seat, which can't see because it's all full of stuff. I guess you can kind of there. Hopefully I didn't just give you vertigo if you're on a big TV something, but back there you got
They got a big TV, they're used to it.
you got
Hi y'all.
floorboards that aren't doing so good back there, but
I'll keep those.
sandpaper.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the receipts in here, the newest one was from 2002, and it was for a windshield washer motor. Ironically enough, the windshield washer motor does not work anymore. Well, it kind of does. You got to hit the washer button to get it to work. The knob at this point is not working. If you hit the washer button, it sort of works.
For the air cleaner.
Oh, for the air cleaner. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, we won't need it with the air cleaner we bought.
Okay.
But if we go back to the old style, I bought one of those little triangle-shaped Edelbrock air cleaners. So yeah, we're gonna get that buttoned up, and we're just waiting for Brad, the guy that owned this car, since he said 74. It was 74 he bought this car.
Something like that.
It was 10 years old. He paid $845 for this car in 1974.
Oh my God. Rotten mothballs.
Well, there's some of the smell that we were talking about right there, you know, and a little bit over there, but mostly right there. Oh my God, you could go put gloves on or something.
That's what this thing's for.
Yeah, that's still disgusting.
Oh, I plan on washing my hands. I don't even want to remove that back seat. I just found a rat's nest.
There's a rat's nest right here, Steve. Inside that.
Yep. Safety glasses.
Yeah.
Goggles.
One of the first stops we'll be making, aside from for our parts store, because we're gonna want windshield wipers. We're just using rags to keep it from scratching the crap out of the glass. Is to do-it-yourself car wash. It's got a vacuum cleaner, you know, to try to avoid the hantavirus or whatever they call it, you know.
We don't need to get sick.
Yeah.
We get that from our normal day jobs.
I like cool old cars. Here we go with the battery thing again. How long have I been going? And look at the battery.
It's back at 100%. It was at like 50% earlier. What the heck?
I don't know what it is. So I bought some eBay batteries for my GoPro 11, and for some reason I charged them all day. And when I put them in the camera, they were at 50%, or it was 70% or something like that. They dropped down to 54%, and now they're at 100% again. So I don't know. You know, brand new Hero 11. I think it's a Hero 11. Yeah, Hero 11. So yeah, I mean, I've heard other YouTubers talk about the battery issues with their GoPros. Well, now I'm experiencing it myself, and if we only have one more charged battery for the GoPro 11, and we'll be switching either to my Galaxy or to we do have a GoPro 4 we can switch to. We'll have to see how the video is on that, but as soon as Brad gets back, we'll have the car fired up and running on its own fuel tank, probably in the first time in 8 to 10 years, something like that, because like I said, they had it fired up 8 to 10 years ago. But it's funny, so the guy Brad, so the three brothers, right? Well, the first brother says, that owns the car, that left it here on the guy's property, that's his other brother, says, oh, I only left it there for 10 years. The brother who owns the property says he left that car here for 20 years. And the brother that has no interest says, oh, I don't know, it's been about 15 years. So, you know, anywhere in between 10 and 20 years or so, this car has been sitting here. And I believe it, by the way, those tires rotted because they said they put good tires on it when it parked, or good used tires, but they weren't dry cracked when he put it on them. And they were rotted. You saw holes clean through them. You could put your fingers clean inside the tire on a couple of them.
Yep.
But otherwise, when the car was parked, unlike a lot of cars that these guys do that were parked for a reason, like, you know, something broke, or it like brakes went out or clutch went out or something. This just was their health declined and they could no longer keep the car up to snuff. So it got parked back there for a very long time. You saw the tarp. At one point, the tarp was over it. By the mothballs, you can see they did everything they could to keep it in good shape. But as you can see by the rest of the car, you know, it was a very nice car at some point. It's got really good interior in the back. I think we can bring the seats back around for sure with a little bit of scrubbing and vacuuming. The headliner, I don't know, we probably will have to replace that. It's got a few mouth holes in it. We might be able to just, you know, put some kind of patch there, but we'll have to tuck it in again for sure.
And we have 99% of all the trimming, and it's in really good shape. We just got to put it back on.
Yeah,
Not going to right now. We will later on.
he's got a whole bunch of it out here. Let's go take a look. Well, that honked the horn. Hey, no, my belly didn't just rub across the button. I just turned to the wheel and it honked, so that might be a problem.
Oh, we can figure that out.
But so some of these trim pieces will fit that car and some won't. There is a odd mix of stuff from 64 to 67 trim pieces because they've tried to get it all complete, you know. But I do believe we have enough stuff to make it work. Like we might have to trim some of it and tack it back together, but this guy here, he can weld just about anything, so if we have to, you know, the rock panels and all that stuff. And this stuff, believe it or not, it's probably the hardest parts to find for that whole car. You get all this stuff, you can
I've
probably...
never seen this kind of a collection of chrome pieces for a rough classic intact.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I mean, look at this. A full grill that's in almost perfect condition.
So, yeah, we've got all the pieces we're going to need. Anyhow, well, I'll get back to you when Brad gets back. So he's hooking up the fuel line now. I just filled the radiator with water. Had some coolant in it. We're just going to try to get it to warm up so we can open up the thermostat.
And make sure it's not messing up.
I mean, we aren't going to have any carb floats to worry about, hopefully. Or carb sticking anything in there. But we may have to tap on this thermostat to get it to open, and we'll just see. Maybe it'll open, maybe it won't. With any luck, we'll just start it up, warm it up. Once it gets warm, we will change the oil on it, and we may change the coolant, or we may not. Depends on what the color looks like up here when it's done, because it sure didn't take very much water. And what was in there was very green.
You want to go up to them and grab another hose clamp? This 1/4 incher didn't want to hold worth of shit.
Where?
Oh, this one, he didn't want to hold.
Is that thing on the right way? Do we know?
Just turn it, start it.
Okay, here we go. This is the test. Uno, dos, tres.
Again.
Should have gave it a little gas, huh? Thank you.
There's no fuel to the carburetor yet.
Stop for a sec. Stop.
Primer.
Yeah, there's got to be a little gas left in one of those cans, Steve. Don't use the ether if you can help it. If there's any gas in one of those cans, use that first.
I got gas over there if you need gas.
I just hate the brake.
It tears shit up.
Yeah.
He's off. We're neutral. He didn't try to roll. On jack stands. Yeah, oh, that's what I forgot about that. That's why I said give me a boost up. A little bit higher than normal.
Hey, give it another crank.
Why not?
Yep. Don't give it throttle.
No throttle.
No throttle, okay.
Go get a gas can.
I got some gas.
Take 2. Give her another shot. Yeah, give it another shot.
Yep.
Try it again.
You're gonna bottle it again. Get a little bit of RPMs going. See if we can get.
Yep. All right. Go ahead.
Bottle it. Oh, you don't have any more?
Nope. I don't.
I'll go get more. No problem. Let's get more.
It's squirting though.
Shit.
Sounds like it anyway.
I can't tell.
Right over there. Gotta walk over there.
Talking about starting.
No, that primer's not working.
It's probably not fuel hitting that part of the carburetor.
That sits all the way down at the very, very lowest. Yeah, that primer's not working on that thing.
Yeah, there's no coons in there, just rats.
Hmm.
He was this big.
Really? He came out of the field. There it came back.
Steve is filling the vent. You're filling the float bowls through the vents.
Not enough yet.
There's a speaker hanging down here and there ain't no radio. I don't know why I left that there. Oh. There's got lights on the back of the speaker.
Give her a crank.
Again?
You're just gonna have to bottle it, bottle feed it.
Clear. Go ahead.
Keep bottle feeding it until water comes or fuel comes up.
Go ahead. Fuel pump ain't going.
Go prime it backwards. Take that top hose and fill it backwards.
There it's squirting.
I just didn't think you had enough in it.
Filled the wrong float bowl.
They kind of wiggle down, and I look up, and there's a rat right fucking here, that big one. I got the
Now you get it
fan
full, it
right
should
to the door
idle for a minute.
Got my hands right here
Okay,
on the
that
blanket,
should do it.
I'm watching, but the
I'm gonna get
fan
some more on this
hits the
side.
fan, goes ding, 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 ding,
My experience is
and then
these
he hit it out the door.
1406s will idle for about 5 minutes if you get them full and you don't rev them. You just let them idle.
You're dead. He's gonna eat you.
He's
Give
laying
this
down,
some
it's
choke.
warm. Oh, he's comfortable.
Some.
I'm sound asleep, laying, covers are right here. I feel it.
Give her a spin.
Go.
Yeah.
Hasn't ran for a long time.
Just
Fuel pump's not working.
tailpipe.
It should have went on that one. That fuel pump's not going. That's okay. That's an easy fix.
See the rat that crawled out of that pipe?
Well, that was a rat that went flying.
There was, he said feathers or something was coming out the tailpipe. I gotta go look here in a second. Let's try one.
I'm gonna fill this float bowl back up.
No, not yet. Oh, you fill it. I was telling Brad, he said go, but don't.
Because I want to make sure nobody's hands in there.
My hands are in the way.
It's
Not a barbecue work.
really hard to get. It's blinking switch. I got one in there. That's an extra.
So it is day 3. We were hoping to be out of here, but this car had different plans. I couldn't have asked for a car that runs better. You start it up and it kicks off and sounds great. We did have it running off camera a little bit last night. Once we put the electric fuel pump in it, and it starts up and runs great. But the problem we're having is that you can't shift the gears, and the clutch pedal feels like hot garbage. I mean, you push down on it, it kind of pops and shimmies, but doesn't do nothing.
Anyway, so we've got to jack this up and take the inspection cover off the bottom and see what's holding the clutch up, because otherwise we won't be able to shift. And there's also, it's not like I can just slap it into gear and go and shut it off at stop signs, because the linkage on the top seems to be bound up too, which means we're going to have to take the cover off inside on the doghouse as well and see what they've done in there. It's my understanding that that Brad, some point in the 70s, put a new like had built his own linkage for it, so there won't be any parts for it. However, we are at a welder's house, and they're all three brothers that Brad and his two brothers are welders, so welders and hot rodders, so we'll figure it out. I mean, it's just an Muncie M21. We got to figure out how to get it to shift. I'm guessing that the clutch is stuck to the flywheel, because I cannot release it at all. So we're gonna have to get that inspection cover off there, get a pry bar in there, and hopefully pop that free. Anyhow, that is what we're doing this morning. Once we get some of that stuff off, and I'm in a hurry, so there might not be as detailed video of some of this stuff. I'd kind of like to get this done and get moving here today. So again, Ray saves the day. The guy that we're here with, that little clicky clack pump there failed. Ray just happened to have this fuel pump sitting around. Steve's gonna put it back in, and it'll save us from having to.
No.
That's just a fitting. Did you try the other one?
Going to.
There's those fittings, those big elbow fittings down there, can be taken off the bottom of that pump. They might be the right size. In fact, I bet they are. Oh, I was meaning these right here. See these?
Hmm?
Those can be taken off.
Nope. Crimp seal.
Crimp seal.
Yes, sir.
Is that the right size there?
I don't know. It says 2 fittings on it. I'm gonna find out.
Well, maybe this will work. Find out.
Oh, come on, don't slip. Really? Okay, let's try this again.
Just slide the open end all the way over the hose.
It's a kind of a fucked up fitting. Come on. Nope. That's what I was afraid of. Is the 1/2 inch right there by chance? Thank you. That's what I was afraid of, a little bit sloppy. We're gonna try it anyway. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
Little pumps down there. You're gonna...
Hasn't been worked in a while.
Yeah. And we just need enough of that to hook a rubber line to it, so it doesn't have to be bent exactly the right way. That fit?
Sort of.
Fucking hot. Even Steve's burning out.
What them weren't burning out. I'm burnt. But I'm going. I'm cooking. Oh, come on, get in there. Maybe. Really?
I don't think that's how it was going in there. I think you need to flip it over.
No, bolts are down to the bottom, not the top.
Okay. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Go bump the starter so it doesn't have the cam lobe right on the...
Yeah.
I'm guessing the cam lobe's pushed up.
Yep. I'm doing the same thing. Are we in gear?
I don't think so. It's not going to start.
No, we'll bump the starter. It's gonna. Well, carburetor. No, that's right. Carburetor's ready?
Yeah. That's good. Just try it now.
Yeah, I don't think it would fit the other way around anyway. Buck. This one might be too long.
Is it the same as the other one?
It's that close. No joke, it's that close.
Yeah, that's not what I was doing.
No, it
Not what I was looking at.
won't even hit. Or it won't even fit in there. Okay. But yeah, the holes on this are down on the bottom half. Same with that. Yep.
But the rod matched the rod on the other one.
Not perfectly. Let me show you. Where'd it go?
It's over there by the fucking... It's in the shade. Something side profile. It's pretty fucking close.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, this one does the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just gotta depress that lever to get it in there.
Yep. Essentially. Fun.
They make these bolts super long so you can kind of like start thread them without... Right. See what I mean? Not saying it's making it a ton easier, but...
I can't even see the hole. And the zip tie's cutting the shit out of my arm. There we go. Get your ass in there, bitch. Where the fuck are you?
It's hard to push them.
Yeah. No, don't go in that way. I can't even see the hole.
Well, we made it to the first rest area. Finally made it out of the driveway. We did stop. I didn't get it on film. It wasn't really a lot to show. The muffler did fall off while driving out the driveway. But we have made it about 50, I don't know, 30, 40 miles to the first rest area. We came to do a shakedown, make sure none of the wheels are falling off, that kind of thing. I am going to turn off the time lapse for the time being so that I have video battery in case something exciting happens. We will time lapse a little bit more of the trip later on, but for now I'll catch you later. Well, it's day 4 and Steve is hooking up airbag, or hooking up air compressor, because this thing has air shocks in the back, and well, we're kind of doing the tail dragger thing. You air them up, they'll hold air for about an hour. First day we aired them up and they stayed up all night, but then at some point just went down, and then every time after that it's only lasted about an hour. So we're gonna put Fix-A-Flat in it, because these air shocks were put in 1974 and are so dry cracked that there's no saving them. Normally I would not suggest trying to put Fix-A-Flat in an air shock. That's not really its designed application, but at this point I'll just be happy if we get some air, because we're every bump dragging our tailpipes on the ground. It's one of those twist lock deals. So there's a little fitting, just looks like a tire, you know, tire chuck in there on the floorboard of the, where is it? Yeah, see it's right there by that, whatever that mount is. He's gonna air that up. We're gonna see if this car returns to normal ride height and hopefully stays there, because we know it'll go up. It just usually goes down about an hour after you air it up. Hopefully with this can of Fix-A-Flat that'll alleviate that problem. Probably not, but you know, it's magical and it says it stops air leaks, so that's good enough for me. See, there it goes right up. So you probably didn't even need the air compressor. Oh yeah, probably still do.
Say when.
Oh, you're stopped going up. You know, hook the air pressure gauge and see where you're at.
That just blew up.
Yeah.
There's still a lot in there. Fucking cheap can.
Well, there's not a lot of volume inside those, so Steve's covered in Fix-A-Flat now. Make his coffee taste better. He didn't get creamer, so
45.
it's got 35 pounds in it right now. There we go.
Blow them up. That's 75.
That's 75 pounds right there. So that's, you know, how a car should sit, relatively. So we are, did not time lapse about 3 hours of our drive yesterday, but that's because it was dark and we had low batteries. I wanted to keep this available in case something happened. We could get video footage of it. It is day 4. It's day 4, right? Day 4, yeah. Easy drive day. So we are stopped in Ontario, Oregon. Had our first little hiccup, and it's not real bad, but the spark plug wires are
maintenance.
yeah, the spark plug wires are melting a little bit on the exhaust headers, which is causing a little bit of a miss. And so since we're here at the Napa, we bought a couple more fuel filters because we're gonna have to change them soon. Probably as soon as we find a rest area with shade. I need some zip tie help. But they're the old ram horn headers or ram horn manifolds, and on the passenger, on the driver's side, you can see there's a little bit of space between the fender and the spark plugs. But on the passenger side, there's about enough space to fit your fingers in between there. That's it. So it's hard to pull those away from the manifold. And we're really only having problems with that one. Might want to do a zip tie preventative back there too on those wires by the...
Yep, I'm going to.
But otherwise, we put on 400 miles, and the only thing it looks like we've done is some weight reduction on the hood. You see it's losing some pieces to the hood, but we kind of knew that was bad before we left. Been taking it easy because Brad, the guy that owned the car, said that he never got time to repaint the bottom of the hood, and it shows. You can see in the corner there by the hinge where it's got holes cleaned through. And then back, see the pile on the center there? So, you know, little things. It's got some rust, but it's got a lot less rust than most of the things on the road, so. This thing's got so many zip ties under here holding stuff away from the engine, it's unreal. But you kind of got to, because this was meant to have a tiny little straight 6 in it. You see that other bundle of wires I see touching the, yeah. Putting my finger in the way of the camera. I don't know what that little red wire is touching the manifold there, but that's got to move too.
Yep.
Just tuck it up, yeah. But you unhooked the coil. You didn't want that residual shock to get you.
Have to get that cap off.
Oh. I thought you were hiding from that little Sparky.
Nah.
That is literally the biggest coil I've ever seen. That's the coil. It's freaking monstrous.
It even says ProMaster.
1960s top technology right there. Noisy trucks. Well, so here we are again with the Nova. There's George unit on the ground. There's George. Say hi, George.
Hi, George.
Okay, so anyway, the starter seems to be overheating and not choosing to start. We thought maybe it was the alternator, maybe it was the battery, but we're testing up here. We got good voltage. I don't know if the alternator's charging good, but the battery's staying charged, so it must be charging something.
Do me a favor. We're gonna go down and test.
Well,
Somebody
yeah.
hit the starter.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to test to see if it starts now. Well, now I turned the key, it probably will start. It's sitting for a while.
Be careful, man. We are up in the air.
Well, anyway, let's see what happens.
Okay. Heat soak.
Heat soak's what's doing it, yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can do about protecting that starter with some heat flashing or something. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, we might have to go and get some header wrap and just wrap the tubes that go past it too.
Let me see what I got digging around.
Well,
I'll find something.
yeah. Anyway, worst case, we have to push start it. But we made it to Gooding, Idaho. That's where we are now. We're gonna have ourselves some Chinese at the new Chinese. I don't know, apparently there was an old one somewhere, but I've only ever seen one and it's always called the new one. Have you ever seen an old one?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we don't know about this old one. But anyway, I'm going to have myself some General Tso's, and I think Steve's going to, well, I know he's going to have pork fried rice because that's what I bought for him. This guy we're not feeding because he's too tall already. We might water him and see if he gets taller. I'm afraid if he gets any taller, he's going to go balder. There's no air up there for the timber line.
Yep. Speed line.
Anyway, yes, I'm laying here because it is hot as shit. It's 90 something degrees out, and we have to wait like a solid hour before the engine is cool enough for to work next to the header. That when we stopped and I put the temp gun on, it was at 580 degrees. So that's 580 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how to do the conversion because I'm an American, and we do feet and pounds and inches, you know, not the other measurements. But anyhow, I will get back with you and we'll see if heat shrinking or heat, we're going to put heat tape on this muffler and we're going to see if that works. Muffler welding. This car's like so plain Jane. Like, for a 60s car, it's unassuming. Nobody would have expected this car to just like stomp your ass.
Oh, now you're just working again, huh?
Hey, Alan. Hi, Brutus.
got a sunset going on over there. Fog going on ahead. Steve in the passenger seat. And we are chugging along just fine. Engine does some weird stuff, but you know, I don't even know why it does this. Maybe somebody can tell me. So that was floored, despite the fact that it sounds like the transmission's slipping. As it revs up and down as it goes. I'm kind of thinking there might be a vacuum leak that's causing that, and it only leaks vacuum when it's under load. But anyway, we're an hour away from home, and we'll see you then. So we're here, exhausted. Day 6, morning of day 6. We're at home. This car for the first time in somewhere between 15 and 20 years. Just finished a 2,000-mile journey from Salem, Oregon to Hazelton, Kansas. I call that a success.
This car is a champ.
I call it a success, and the trip is done.